Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we're doing something different. We are going to organise our fridge. Just a little backstory. I actually decided...
Our fridge sucks.
Dan didn't know about this. I decided when we were at my mum and dad's, I saw like an Instagram reel where someone had, you know how people do those fridge organisers and it looks so nice with all the little containers, and they had a special egg thing. I was like, right, we're doing this. I didn't have my fridge with me. I was at another house and I ordered fridge organisation stuff that may or may not fit our fridge, but we will see.
Should we show her before?
This is the current state of...
So we already have a little bit of fridge organisation. Erica wants to get the stickers off.
This is Dan.
We
also, just went like, just shove it in, and I'm like, we need to.
And we
get
also just have, this annoys me. That's Erica.
We have a lot of jars.
We have our drinks organised in some way.
This is handy, but we want to get the rest of it organised. And I wanted something for the eggs where you could just get an egg out without having to get the whole carton. We always have eggs. So this is the current state of affairs. So
always that bottom rung of the door is all water and drinks.
Milk, drinks.
This is like
sauces,
condiments and whatnot. There's butter and stuff up there. There's a cheese drawer down there. There's veggies.
Fruit
on
and
that
veg,
side.
Dairy, but then some of the dairy's out here. So we just want to make it better.
Should I do the unboxing of this stuff to see what Erica's bought?
So this is what I've bought. I haven't even opened it yet because I'm just like, I didn't measure anything. I just bought, there was like a pack of however many containers. So I bought an egg thing, which I'm not sure about, and some containers. We also have some containers that we bought for organising the drawers out in the back room. So we have a few things to deal with. This is where we normally keep the cat food, so we'll see whether we stick with that. But basically I think we're going to have to kind of pull everything out, organise it, and put it back in. Do you want to see what I bought?
I want to see. I want to open.
Okay.
I never know what's coming. So here we go.
Neither do I.
Erica's mum was a bit shocked, I think, at all of Erica's deliveries while we were
I was
out.
in like a more hyper-stressed situation as well, so I was doing a bit more online shopping than normal.
Boxes inside boxes.
Yeah, so that's going to be the pack of fridge organisation containers, and then that's the egg thing. We'll see. I'm a bit dubious about the egg thing, but it had good reviews, so... Okay. So they're maybe a bit small, like they won't go all the way back, but a lot of times we kind of lose stuff up the back of our fridge, so the goal is to try and make stuff a bit more organised.
And like accessible, like you said, there's stuff, I don't know what's going in those, they are small.
Right, okay. The cat food? Some of those jars of things?
I'm sure we can make something work.
Of course.
But they're very small.
Scout. There's a box. There's a cat magically appears out of nowhere. Okay.
So then we've got big ones.
I thought that these large ones at the bottom would be good for like meat and things. Also, we might need to adjust the shelves because I don't think we have it optimally arranged. Would you agree?
We don't.
Dan's been roped into this unwillingly. Can
you
you tell?
I'm happy about
it. Oh, gee, you don't get things in polystyrene these days. It's interesting. So supposedly the eggs like roll to the front.
So they just kind of sit in each of those.
And I guess, you could put extra ones on the top.
And this, I think, it marks the date of like the expiry date or something.
That's cool. Hadn't thought about that.
So that's kind of cool. And this is like rubbery texture.
Yeah, so you can just reach in and grab an egg and another one will roll down. So the story goes.
Well, we'll see. So we should move these get the stuff on the table out of the fridge, and then we can kind of sort it all out.
Oh, the fridge
is empty.
Empty, apart from this, because this is not changing.
She means this.
The drinks.
Yeah.
That's not going to change. But everything else has been cleared out. We put it on the table. And then
it's not too bad.
Kind of divided it into similar sized things. So these are the larger jar things, smaller. We have a lot of condiments for some reason. I don't know why, because they last. So this is kind of all of our meat. We've got the tall condiments, cat food. Normally we cut these up into individual ones, so you can just grab one out, and then they stand up in like a tall thing.
We've kind of been waiting for us to do this, so we haven't done that at the moment.
So that's another jar. Fruit and veg, eggs for the egg thingy. We'll probably keep the canned drinks the same. We probably just need to better sort out the cheese drawer, but that will stay. So, what's the plan of attack?
I want to put the egg thing in first.
It's big, isn't it?
Because...
Is that a problem?
No. What I want is the drinks and the eggs to sit on the same level, because they're a similar height-wise, and I don't want to... I thought this was actually going to be higher. What I don't want to have happen is a high shelf with the drinks on it, because there's nothing you can do on top of that.
Okay, yeah.
So you want the first shelf with this on it to be as as tight as we can, that will accommodate the drinks and this. So I think we'll look at that first. First shelf, done.
What have we got?
I think that looks really good. So we've got mineral waters, Pepsi Max, cat food. So we just cut them in half, like into their portions. They get one of those morning and one at night, half each, and there's the eggs. So far that's really good use of that
one shelf.
Very small shelf though, because there's not much you can put on there. So I'm happy about that, because before we had the drinks up here, and it was taking up a lot of kind of condiment space.
Yeah. Get an egg out, Dan, just like you're making your breakfast. Did it? Oh, roll down!
Wow. Small things.
I don't know how many eggs. You're not going to fit like 2 dozen eggs.
No, I think it was 21.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So I'm really going to want to try and get away with not using these ones we bought at Kmart, because they don't quite fit in the fridge. So the idea is we want to be able to easily pull them out so we can get to the stuff at the back. But this has got these little edges on them, and they've got to go up onto this to fit into the fridge.
Or the fridge doesn't close.
You get to here and see how much is hanging over, and you've got to lift it up. It doesn't sit properly there, and it quite often falls down, and it's just been...
It hasn't worked.
Fine, but it hasn't really worked. So with this, you can see, easily pull it out, but still, you know.
It's not going to obstruct.
No, and it doesn't need to go up the back, and it's flat. Yeah. Well, it's not flat on the bottom, but it's not obstructing at the front. So I much prefer those, and if we find when we do it, we need more, Erica can just buy more. But I think we need to sacrifice these for the drawers.
Out the back.
I think so.
We're making progress. We have to keep closing the fridge because it keeps beeping at us. But we've just put our kind of meats here. So there's like bacon, Kransky, prosciutto, and then some mince, some chicken. I like that because they were kind of piling up here before, and then it would slide down, so I like that better. And this is going to be good, so you can either have, like miraculously with our fridge it just fitted quite well, so you can have 3 of these big ones across here, or these kind of smaller ones up here. So I don't know whether we want to get more, just one of those to go there, or we might not, or if we want what we want to do down here. But we'll probably try and get all of our condiments up here.
And the door.
We've just decided here we're going to have, this is like our most used thing, so we have that every day, and pickles and mayo, kind of things we use regularly. And then this kind of has to be those tall condiments, like we had some dressings and stuff.
The good oil and the sauces and stuff.
Mustards, and then like butter and stuff. But we're trying to work out what to do with the dairy. This is actually going faster than I thought it would.
And it's not that difficult.
We did clean out the fridge not that long ago.
We wiped it all out and stuff reasonably recently. We haven't discarded anything at the moment.
No.
We haven't gone through the fruit and veg section, so that will probably have some stuff to be discarded.
But we've got the door unlocked.
Loaded the door. So, as Erica said, mustards, horseradish, some pickled ginger.
I don't know how
the
long
butter's
we've had
up
that.
here. Couple of ghee and the butter. And then we've got all the sauces. So we've got some mingle sauces, tomato. We don't have any barbecue, so that's a bit disappointing. Some more mustards, the good
Dressings.
oils, Lacanto. This is a buffalo sauce we've had forever, and some pickled chilies or something. So that's the door done. Next up, I think we'll tackle the rest of the rest of the
We've got a lot of
jars.
sugar-free jams. I'm just going to say it. We've got a lot.
We don't eat that much sugar-free jam.
So we've got our jams, curry pastes of varying things, and then like there's some salsa, jalapenos, other pickles and tamarind paste and whatnot here. So then there's some other kind of bigger jars of stuff.
Yeah, so olives. Erica made some pickled egg curry. Like, what is that?
It's like an eggplant pickle.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's really nice.
It is really nice.
So Thermomix recipe if anyone has a Thermomix.
So these are just a bit bigger. So we'll try and get the rest of this into
that top one up the top. Yeah. Admittedly, our fridge isn't like fully packed at the moment. Like we did shopping 2 or 3 days ago. So we're like midway through our shopping cycle, but no. Save the day. Is that too heavy for up there?
I don't know whether it's going to close properly.
It's not heavy. Does it matter if the door's got too much on it? I never know that.
It doesn't, because we've even like, it's not as heavy as you think it is.
What
makes it heavy is these.
This one broke. We've just
ages
replaced
ago. Broke a long time ago.
How are we going?
Good.
This is looking so organised, don't you think?
Yeah,
Like,
and it's going to be like
food.
actually,
Yes.
you know, when one time a year we want sugar-free jam.
Or when I want to know like what curries,
we've got.
because some of these are the same ones.
We've got two.
We have 2 of
full
them.
tandoori paste.
Because like, do I have tandoori? Oh, I'll just get some.
Okay.
Not a good idea.
I reckon we tackle
Get
the fresh drawers, the fruit and veg, and the cheese, and then we're pretty much done.
I'm so impressed with how quick this has been. Actually, I thought we've got some low carb wraps. I thought they could go on top of the eggs because there's kind of a flat spot up there. What do you reckon?
Maybe if you didn't have the jumbo ones.
Oh, come on. It was made for it.
My eggs are getting sweaty because the door's been open too long. Okay, we actually didn't have to throw out much of our fruit and veg even because we kind of cleared everything out with Erica's mum being here. We didn't kind of have fruit and veg much. We have our cauliflower rice. You've heard us talk about this before. We get it at Costco, and it keeps for ages. This is still fine till the 6th of April, and today's like the 3rd of March, 2nd of March.
Such a good staple. We literally just always have some.
So it comes in a 3-pack, and
Yeah.
we've got 3 packs here.
Yeah.
So I must have bought some reasonably recently. So we've got that. Just got a bag of onions and garlic and ginger and stuff in this one. In this one, there's some avocados, a couple of limes, an apple, and in this one, ginger and garlic should be in. 2 OCD for that. Just shove that in that one. This has got kind of salady stuff, a couple of zucchinis, a carrot, a capsicum. We have some tomatoes, some pumpkin, and some of those low carb potatoes, and then just some rockets. So, and because there's room in here, we wouldn't normally, because this is strawberries, and we just, to store them, we wash them and put them in here, and I just take like 3 or 4 with my lunch. Now, normally if this is full, it will sit on a shelf, but because this has room, it just can go in here, no problem. And then,
I mean, some of this dairy stuff could be out of date because some of it was from before Mum.
so Erica's got her yogurt. I think this is new. Oh, is it not new?
It came back with us from Mum.
2nd of March.
Oh,
That's
really?
today.
It's all right. For
Usually we can get away with that.
Yeah, I'd keep it going.
These
for
will
a
be
bit. I mean,
fine.
it's
These
alright.
are like little protein puddings Erica likes. My favourite cheese from Costco, of course. See if I can show you the packaging.
It's really yummy.
I love this cheese from Costco. We
keep pushing Scout off the table.
This is usually now the cheddar we have in the house.
It's got like little salt crystals.
Yeah,
in it.
it's calcium.
Oh.
It's calcium. I've read it. Let me read
Okay,
it.
it's really good.
Because I've read
Have to
it on
try
the front.
I really like the texture of it.
Coastal is a unique tasting cheddar, aged for up to 15 months for a deliciously sweet and distinctive flavour. Calcium crystals often form naturally in the cheese and are a sign that it has reached its optimum maturity. So they taste salty.
Well,
but
maybe it's the texture. I guess
maybe.
it feels like salt.
But it's delicious. So that's one of my favourite cheeses. There's more in here. Cottage cheese is 1st of March. Sour cream on the top. 24th, that's good. Ricotta.
Well, that's been there
That's
for
been
before
there a while.
we went away.
No, all good.
Oh, nice.
May. We also really enjoy this tzatziki from Costco.
Mm-hmm.
We quite often will have one of these on the go as well. That's good till April.
Oh,
Lime.
How did they get in there? And some guacamole.
How long that
that's
been? Now we're hitting the real truth. My
Dan's
second to favourite cheese. It has now. This is a massive block. You can buy this at Coles and Woolies in a much more smaller block. It's like about that. This is like a double from Costco again, but it's good till May. And I bought it because I was told by someone who is a buyer that is friendly with me that it was seasonal and it was going out. So I just stocked up on that. We have more cottage cheese.
Oh, I'd say that one.
2 lots. Yes, 18th of January. We've got an unopened block of Philly, which is good till April. Another unopened block of Philly, which is also good to April.
I think that came from Costco.
I bought it in like a 3 or 4 pack, and it was like reduced, heavily reduced. So, dairy time. Do you want to put all of this in there?
Well, what do you think?
I reckon we try.
I don't want it to be that you've got to get 6 things out to get the yogurt though, so.
Yeah, but this pulls out.
Okay. Oh yeah, that was 2. It's a draw. Dan just loves piling everything up. And then I'm like, yeah, that's great though. If you need the ricotta cheese, it takes you 3 years to get it.
The thing is going to be this in its little... I like playing Tetris, and Erica I don't think is a massive
No, because
fan.
it never goes back. You don't spend 6 years putting it back that way.
Okay.
We will see. We will see.
Yeah, but it's a draw. Okay, let's put them in.
Where's the front? Yeah. Really freed up a lot of space in our fridge. Like it was like,
Did you see what it looked like before?
but it was like there was no room
and there was nothing in there. Okay, let's test out those drawers that Erica was mortified that she won't be able to get to her yogurt.
Oh my goodness.
I thought I was putting the yogurt at the front. I want the yogurt at the front. I had the drawer down the wrong way. Because what's up the back is a little bit inhibited, so how did I have it organised before?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, that's what I mean. You then 6 years later, you're like, oh, I just wanted some breakfast.
Shut up. Perfect. I'm pretty impressed that the only discard is half a thing of cottage cheese, a very sad looking half thing of guacamole and some mouldy looking lime.
And there was some pickled jalapenos that were empty. Like it still had only
the juice.
Only
the juice. So, are we done?
About those things.
Okay, that's again something that's been sitting in the fridge for ages. They just need to go back in. Before we went away to stay with Erica.
A long time ago.
Mum and Dad.
Was it even this year? I can't remember.
She made these things, these little chocolate things that she wants to do a recipe for, which she has done a recipe for, but she wants to take photos of them. They're still taking up room in the fridge.
But look how cute they are.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Well, that's one lot, which was like using granola and dark chocolate. They're yummy.
And then the other one is using, I don't know whether you remember, we did like a keto low carb cereal.
So is that using that Catalina Crunch? I thought they were so cute for kids' parties. They're like little, what do you call chocolate crackles.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just need to actually photograph them and put the rest.
So I haven't been able to eat them. And they're taking up room in the fridge. And I hate this container.
Yeah. That was one of those ones that you got
Free from Woolies with your Woolworths
when you collected your points, and it is the most annoying container. You have to have it like a precision lined up for it to click in.
So they've been literally just sitting in that spot of our fridge. Did you show that?
For about
like
3
2 months.
Are you ready for the grand reveal?
Big reveal
Of our new and improved fridge? I'm very happy with it. These containers, considering I didn't take any measurements, I think are the right size for our fridge. I don't know, do you think we want to get another one there?
We'll just wait and see.
I will say, at the moment, we don't have a lot of things in our fridge we would normally have. Like, we would normally have probably more jars like this with condiments and things. We would have more.
And like leftovers
of
even.
These, like, Pyrex containers that have, you know, half-eaten things leftovers. So there's certainly plenty of room for that. But I really like how this is organised and that you can actually just do that. Before, we couldn't do that with the other containers that we had, and they kept kind of blocking the door, so it's much better organised that way. I think the cat food works fine on this smaller shelf, and we're really utilising the space more, because we kind of had this type of stuff on this shelf before, and stuff would just get lost at
pushed at the back and you couldn't see what was in there.
You know, obviously the eggs, awesome. So yeah, we've got the fruit and veg. So sometimes, you know, after we go shopping, there's a bit of overflow up here. If you buy like a cauliflower or a broccoli or whatever, like that doesn't usually fit.
Or a cabbage or something.
Our fridge is probably, I don't know, it looks big now, but I feel like it feels small sometimes. And then here we've just got jars. So there's like almond flour, flax, and a few other jars here. But I'm really happy with how it's turned out, and I feel like we have so much more room. Now we're going to have to be kind of responsible as far as keeping on
drinks
top
and
of
cat food and stuff.
Keeping on top of where everything goes and that we put it back in its spot. And I don't know, put in the comments below, should we get another one for that just to make it neat?
Yes, we should.
Because you could certainly put other types of meats and like any kind of prepared foods and stuff there. I mean, in theory, you should have raw meats in this section of your fridge in case that they drip, they're not dripping down. But everything we buy,
catch in those things anyway.
True, and everything we buy is normally
in
packets. Like, we're not going to the markets in France and buying a fish or something. You know, this is the reality of buying things. Everything's in packaging. So, yeah, really happy with how it's turned out. What do you think, Dan?
It looks really good.
So we will link in the description below the kind of stuff that I bought from Amazon and Kmart in case anybody is interested.
Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. 1, you get to see what's in our fridge. And 2, we got to organise it with you. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you've enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribed, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.